Hello to all my successful, unique, and innovative friends. My name is Andrew Ford, and we're still going tonight. This is day 5, Building Relationships of the Keys to Success training series. Here I am still at my desk, and it's getting later and later at night, but we're going to keep going, all right? Let's hop right into it because this is a value packed day. I want to get through this. All right, where are we at now? Well, right now, you know what's required of you to successfully build a business online. You know the strategy that all the top marketers are using. You know the science of generating traffic and how to analyze it and to recalibrate it a little bit and to convert it. So now what? Pretty much, let me tell you what you have. People have come into contact with you. Some checked out your website. They like what you're offering. Some have opted and given you their information to learn more information. So now what do? Well, I like to talk about the first 2 weeks, which I call the crucial first 2 weeks. You have to build trust because people work with people they like and trust. And in these 2 weeks, you want to maintain your attractiveness and further build your credibility with them. Now, how do you do that? You use that powerful weapon I talked about called the autoresponder. Now, why do I say 2 weeks? Because the statistics get really, really, really low for people who convert after 2 weeks. You do get some people that flow in months later or weeks later, but the people who jump in the first 2 weeks, those are the people that are pretty much hot on fire and ready to go. So these are the type of people that you want to draw and attract towards you, and you want to weed these people out in the first 2 weeks of them coming into contact with you and jumping in your marketing funnel and learning more about you. Now, here's just a recap on the autoresponder. What it is. You can pause the video and read the messages, but for time's sake, we have to move forward. Now, what do you put in these emails? Again, we're going to jump back into that value, and more value. Now, what I told you what value was is something people can gain and take from you and apply it to their life, and it works and gives them results without them handing you a dime. That's value. That's the definition of value that you need to offer on the front end to get people to come into contact with you. Now, how do you create this value? Well, if you feel you don't have a lot of value to offer, well, there's a system out there that comes with pre-written value, packed, high converting relationship building messages that me and my business partner Jonathan Budd have wrote, and we've tested these, and these convert very, very highly. These build relationships with people. They make people more comfortable with you. They demonstrate the knowledge that you have because you do have knowledge. You have a tremendous amount of knowledge to offer people now. You have an arsenal of knowledge of what you've learned just over the past 4 days, and today, day 5. You do. That's what you need to put in the emails, and that's what we have. But if you want to take the long road instead of hopping into the system like the one me and Jonathan Budd are offering, I'll talk to you a little bit about the science behind the web copy. That's writing the emails, writing profiles on different websites. I'll just tell you a little bit of the science. The main objective is to help individuals get what they want. You want to teach and empower them so they can use techniques to achieve their dreams and their goals. You have an organizational goal, but it's all about the people. Organization is nothing without the people. Also, you want to put training, teaching, inspiring, motivating, and often sometimes just revealing both yourself as a person. You know, show some of your trips that you take. Just shoot a short video and that'll be a email message. And as well as be a user of the $1 million strategy. Realize you do have a cure for failure in your arsenal right now. That $1 million strategy, that's setting you apart from, well, about 90% of the industry now. If you just flip through various people who are marketing, you'll see 90% of the people aren't using this strategy. They're just out there promoting. And promoting is a part of marketing, but it's not marketing. Marketing is finding out what people want and then giving it to them. They always skip the first step of finding out what people want, which is the first thing in the $1 million strategy, and that's that emotional trigger. The emotional trigger of appealing to what people want. I'm sorry, let me go back. Jumped a little ahead of myself. Alright, the science continues. You want people to run into you everywhere you go. And I talked about blanking in the internet earlier. You do. You want to be everywhere possible that you can market. Don't just limit yourself to one arena that you think is going to be your big cash cow. Don't do that. Blanket the internet. Be everywhere until you find out what works. Be able to say, I've tried everything and this works for me. because it's not like it's not the same for everybody. Like I said earlier, some places, some people you bring on your team, they're gonna do better than you in certain arenas. They're gonna their best performances are gonna be in different arenas that you've probably counted as just okay or not worth you putting a lot of time in. But to them, it's just generating crazy results. So you want to blanket the internet so you have a knowledge of all of these arenas so you can help those individuals. And also in your email, you want to talk about your videos or blog posts or just a message, and just answer some questions that people ask you in the email. That can be an email message. All right, now here's the crucial 2 weeks that I talked about earlier. I'm just going to get into a little bit more detail. People still have one foot out the door in these crucial 2 weeks. So your job is to keep their foot in the door. It's a make it or break it period. These 2 weeks, people can grow closer to you, or they can just drop you and leave you. So make a lasting impression. My lasting impression is a 7-day training series, an e-report, and exclusive blog access, as well as uh, networking with me on various other sites where I have many, many other trainings. That's my lasting impression on you guys. I'm pretty much handing it all to you. Just pretty much all the value that I have. I'm not putting leading you guys on with a little bit of value and then have a system on not a system but have like a training that you have to buy $195 to get the real truth on how I really make my money. No, I'm telling you guys how I really make my money now up front. So here's your instructions for the 2 weeks, the crucial 2 weeks. Make yourself attractive by loading the prospects with a ton of usable value. Keyword usable. Don't be too pushy or pitchy. Just present the value of the system, okay? The system being, like I present the value of my system. I told you how difficult it was to craft web copy and emails, and then I told you that we have a system in place that takes care of all of that for you. So you don't have to spend all the time. You can learn as you go. You can have the system in place generating you leads and income while you learn the science on behind how we wrote that web copy, and then you can eventually write your own web copy and it can be as effective. We're going to talk more about the value of the system in day 7, keys to success in the long term. So to sum it up, I talked about the crucial 2 weeks. It's a make it or break it period. You want to really show forth your strong points in the first 2 weeks. Don't hold back and try to stretch it over time, but stretch yourself over time so you can have more value to offer. And I talked about the importance of the autoresponder again, as well as the science of building relationships with web copy. You learn better, you do better. That's the model. Tomorrow we're going to talk about the funded proposal. I guess is the fun part for everybody. They want to learn how to make money, how you monetize your prospects. Okay, we're going to talk about all that tomorrow. My name is Andrew Ford, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.